Hello guys, I'm GMVS and we're going on a hot streak with Plants vs Zombies 1 here. I've done a tier list of the zombies on Plants vs Zombies 2, so now let's take a look at the ones in the original game. Right, so here are the zombies that will be on the tier list. Yes, I've decided to count Dr. Zombos because I could see a bunch of people complaining in the comments if I ignored him. Yes, I've decided to include all the spawnables like the bobsled team and the dancer zombie. And I've only got one variant of the ducky tube zombie because, well, there's honestly no point in just getting 3 of them. Not even sure if it needs to be in the first place, but I'll keep it in anyway. These are the tiers, same as before: will eat your brains out, tough nuts to crack, the middle, not much of a threat, and easy peasy. Right, let's go. First of all, we have the pole vaulter zombie, which is, I think, it's the only non-regular zombie you get in the first world. I'll say regular. I'm counting coneheads and bugheads as regulars. And, well, I mean, obviously, because it's at the beginning, it can't be too hard. I should go now. Not much to fill in the middle. Am I? Things already expanding. Brilliant. It's in a complete random order, by the way, so that's why pole vaulter's first. Bloody hell, which one do I do? Yeah, let's go not much of a threat for now. I can change them later on, of course. Now we've got the basic zombie. It speaks for itself, really. Let's put it in easy peasy. And now you can only see half of him. Why this tier listing so rubbish? Why should I have the Kona there? Might as well just put him in now. By default, putting him in not much of a threat. We're doing the same as I did with the other game. Oh, he's got a white background. Oh, this guy's got a green background. And not really sure where the Bungee Zombie should go. I'd say he's the most annoying one, but it just takes one plant. He can only take one, unlike the parrot in the second game, which can fly back to the captain and get multiple of them. He's harder to kill though, and he can often really ruin your defences. I'll probably go tough nuts. Next is the basketball zombie. Was that what it's called? Is it? I think it's catapult zombie actually. I just call it basketball zombie for some reason. This one's really easy to counter if you've got the umbrella leaf, of course. I know I put that on my worst plants list, but honestly that is actually a pretty vital plant when it comes to these guys. I'm still going to put it in tough nuts though, because he can shove basketballs at them and knock them down like, I think it's 6 shots. And then you can run them over if you don't kill them fast enough. So let's go TNTC. Snorkel zombie is next up, and this one I'm just trying to think about how hard it was in Plant vs Zombies 2. I mean, it wasn't that hard compared to the rest, but still no easy feat. Should we go mid tier? I can't even remember what I put him on the zombies list. I mean the Plant vs Zombies 2 zombies list. Yeah, let's go with the mid tier. The Zomboni. If you've got a spider, it's not too hard, but then it can leave a trail of ice if it gets too far down. I think the ice disappears eventually, but most of the time it's just easy to burn it off with a jalapeno. This is probably one of the toughest zombies. Should I put it in? Will eat your brains out? Yeah, I feel like if you've not got the right count, this guy can be pretty difficult. But then again, spider weeds are cheap. They recharge quickly and they count them really easily. I think because of that, we'll just leave them in tough nuts. It's really fun killing them with a squash though. Honestly, it's just the best. Now the imp. The imp's a tricky one to rank here, because in iZombie it's like much weaker. But obviously that's when you're actually playing as them, so take into account being as a zombie. They're only thrown by Gargantuars. I think it can actually be thrown like way further than the third column. It depends on the Gargantua is. So it can't just be thrown instantly into your lawnmowers or even into your house if the Gargantua is close enough. Because of that, should we go... should I do mid tier by default? Yeah, I think so. The newspaper zombie is unbelievably easy on this compared to in the second game. Yeah, I'll put not much of a threat here. It's even more of a threat in Garden Warfare, honestly. The balloon zombie's not too hard if you've got the counters. Obviously, Cactus or Blover. And I think you can use instant kills like Cherry Bomb on it, but Cherry Bomb's going to be hard to set up in the night levels. And if you've not got them set up in time, yeah, they're pretty much instantly going to get past. Yeah, let's put it in tough nuts. The Jack in the Box zombie I could see sparking up some debates, because I feel like people think this zombie is pretty difficult and dangerous. It's definitely dangerous in Vase Breaker, don't get me wrong, especially the chain reaction ones. But I've never really had an issue with this guy. I think he has a slight chance of exploding about 4 seconds into entering the lawn, but most of the time it's a long time after. It can be tricky if you're using plant and strategies like I do when I do the fog levels. Should go middle or not much of a threat. He can blow an air around him up. Yeah, I think that's enough to get him in the middle. The Buckethead, middle, don't need to go in detail about that one. The Digger Zombie, or otherwise known as the Regular Engineer. Regular Engineer is what it looks like, but He acts like the Prospector Zombie in the second game. I think he's harder because he's got a bit of armour, and he pretty much digs in instantly, while with the Prospector Zombie you got some time to kill him before he flies over to the other side of the lawn. The Magnitude's a recommended strategy, but there is a chance he can hook his pickaxe while he's in the middle of your plant, so he can just eat one instantly. This is where potato ones actually come in handy, and obviously you've got starfruit and split pea to deal with it in the normal way. Yeah, honestly, I'm actually going to put in tough nuts. Sounds weird, but I'll put Prospector in middle, and these guys are harder than Prospectors. You don't usually get swarms of them, though, to be fair. The Dolphin Rider Zombie is one that I thought was a lot harder when I first played it than it is now. Because you can literally just put a lily pad in to pretty much bait it into jumping. So, let's go in the middle. And now we've got the Gargantuar. On the Plant vs Zombies 2 list, I think I completely forgot to rank it at all. But I eventually did say that I'd put it in tough nuts. But I think on this case, it deserves to go and will eat your brains out. I know that it's basically the same. But regular Gargantua only got tough nuts because it's, in comparison to other Gargantuas like the Prime and stuff like that, it's not so bad. This game doesn't really have many harder zombies than the Gargantua. Also, there's a couple of other factors, like you don't have plant food to help you out here, and also, like I said before, you can throw them further into your defences. So yeah, let's go, we'll eat your brains out. Next we have the Flag Zombie. I think they're a little bit faster on this game, so in theory they are harder, but doesn't really make them hard enough to go above easy peasy. I love how the two images look completely different. Now the Yeti Zombie, that's also tricky to rank, because I don't think I've ever encountered it outside replaying the final level of the Fog world. I know he runs away, so he's not really a threat, but in terms of actually killing him can be difficult. Should we go mid-tier as a default thing? Ladder Zombie is only really easy if you've got a bunch of magnet streams. Actually, I think you use lob shot plants to bypass the ladder and hit him, or you can just knock the ladder out, or you can bait him into putting his ladder into a wall that you're not really using. But when there's a swarm of them, yeah, they're pretty tricky, and even tall nuts can't stop them, so let's put him in tough nuts to crack. Speaking of nuts, the Screen Door Zombie is another one of those that can easily be countered by a specific plant. In this case, we have the Fume Shroom, and honestly, I've never really had an issue with him. Let's put him in easy peasy. Now, Disco Stew. I can't remember having a hard time with him that much. There are a bunch of good counters to him, like Hypno Shroom's a really good one to use on him. And the backup dancers are mainly the real threat of him. If you can kill him before you can even summon any, then yeah, he's done. But I think this one should go pretty high. Go there. The bobsled team is only really difficult because there's 4 of them. You can use a decent haul clear for this. In the bobsled bonanza game, yeah, they are so difficult. Should I put them in middle? I mean, they're only basic zombies, aren't they? But I would consider them more of a threat than anyone labelled under not much of a threat. The Pogo Zombie. Yep, he was pogoing before players of Garden Warfare made it cool with pea shooters. And if you've got a Magnet Shroom, you're fine. If not, you're in trouble. Well, actually, I suppose Tornut as well, but Tornuts are pretty hard to set up in the Fog world. I think he's in Roof a few times as well. You know what, I'm actually going to put him in top tier. I'm not sure how many people agree with me there. The Ducky Tube Zombie. Can't remember where I ranked all the ones on Plant vs Zombies 2 that come in normal conehead and buckethead forms. I think the Bug Zombie was there, but should I put it in easy? Just so they're all reskins of default zombies. Actually, they can be pretty annoying in fog levels. If you're not yet uncover the fog and you're using certain plants to just guess where they are. Yeah, I'm actually going to put them in not much of a threat for that. The original All-Star now. Hey now! Is... should I put that in Will Eat Your Brains Out? Or are there too many counters for it? I feel like, yeah, it should. I think he shows up in every world, so you've got to deal with him at least once each time you play a new world. He's fast, he's got loads of health. I mean, Magnet Shrooms exist, to be fair. But you don't get that until later on, so I think I'm going to keep him Will Eat Your Brains Out. The backup dancers, should put them in middle or not much of a threat. I mean, there are 4 of them and they can keep on getting spawned. I suppose I'll put the bobsled one in the middle. Should I put these in the middle as well? Actually, I don't think they're as hard because now we get 4 in one lane. This one you just get them scattered across a few. So let's go not much of a threat. And finally, Zombos. I've never played Zombos' Revenge yet because that's not on my version of it. I know it's on my little brother's. And while the first boss stage isn't too hard, I've never found it easy, and let's be honest, you probably should go in by default. So let's put him and we'll eat your brains out. Anyway, that's my tier list. Write in the comments if you want me to do tier lists and other things. And please get my previous video of why Plants vs Zombies 1 is better than Plants vs Zombies 2 to 5,000 views. Because then I'll be doing rankings of every plant in Plants vs Zombies 1 from worst to best by world. Bye.